Hi, Coco.
Thanks.
Congratulations. How's it like to lift that trophy? Is it a bit heavy? I saw you kind of suffering holding the trophy.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Do you have a special place for it?
Well, they give us a little small one, so this is this one is heavy. I was trying to see which one was heavier, this one or US Open. They were both heavy. They kind of look the same now that I'm looking at it up close. But it feels great to lift it. Honestly, being on the podium is really cool. I like how they do that. It makes you feel like on top of the world and stuff. So that was definitely a moment I won't forget, in a crowd full of people too.
Incredible accomplishment, Coco. Well
Thank
done.
you.
It's interesting you spoke about hearing the Polish anthem a few years back, and now today you seem to be struck by the Star Spangled Banner. I know you're a tennis player first and foremost, but can you speak about what it's like traveling the world as an American? Have you reflected on that? What does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. And, you know, obviously there's a lot going on in our country right now with things like everything. Yeah, I'm sure you guys know. But just to be able to be a representation of that, and a representation of, I guess, people that look like me in America who maybe don't feel as supported during this time period. And so just being that reflection of hope and light for those people. And I remember, you know, after the election, everything, it was a kind of felt down period a little bit and things like that. And my mom told me, like, during Riyadh, just try to win the tournament just to give something for people to smile for. And so that's what I was thinking about today when holding that, and then seeing the flags in the crowd means a lot. And, you know, some people may feel some type of way about being patriotic and things like that, but I'm definitely patriotic. I'm proud to be American, and I'm proud to represent, you know, the Americans that look like me and people who kind of support the things that I support.
Hi, Coco. Congrats.
Thanks.
Your first hug was for Spike Lee.
Yes.
He was mad about you all the match.
Yes.
Can you describe your relationship with him?
Honestly, the only time that was the first time I really met him up close. I seen him at my matches at US Open, and then when I saw him on the court today, I saw him when I was warming up. They like panned the camera to him in the gym when I was warming up, and I was like, oh my gosh, Spike Lee's there. And then I kind of felt bad because I usually put my towel in that spot, which is why I feel like he sat there. But because, you know, the lower ranked player gets the other box, I put my towel in the other box. And then when I saw him on the court, I was like, if I win this match, the first person I'm going to dap up is Spike Lee. And so once I won the match, I went on the ground and everything, I was headed straight to Spike Lee. And yeah, I wanted to tell him, you know, I had to do it, you know, even though the Knicks didn't win. I'm glad I gave him something to cheer for. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I haven't seen the video yet, but I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, Coco, at the start, you said it was about willpower and mental strength. What seemed noticeable is that you didn't seem to, I would say, panic or give into any nerves at any time. Maybe you were feeling them. Was that a key part of your victory, was to keep that mental strength really high level?
Yeah, especially in that last game, I was like definitely freaking out and stuff, and also serving on the other side of the court where it's harder to serve, I think. So I was definitely just trying my best to stay calm, and if I wasn't going to show it, but I was feeling it, but I was just trying to breathe and get through them and just remember my fundamentals.
Okay, a few more, and over here.
Hi.
Hey.
Finals in Madrid, in Rome, you won here, you made a lot of matches on clay courts. And which are your programs before Wimbledon? We will take some day off? Or what will the preparation for Wimbledon?
Honestly, I haven't thought that far ahead. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to take some days off for sure. I'm signed up for Berlin right now. We'll see, you know, if I play or not. You know, this part of the season is new just because of the fact that it's so short, and I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll have that conversation with my team and take their opinions and see what they think's best. But for sure, I'm going to rest and enjoy it and not go into training too quickly, just because I feel like, you know, this stuff doesn't happen too often, so just got to enjoy it.
Okay, a couple more. We'll do one up here and then one over there. One just up front here, I'm sorry.
Coco, congrats.
Thank you.
You talk a lot about perspective and that there's a lot worse things happening in the world than people losing in Grand Slam finals.
Yeah.
And I know you're trying to become a better person. That's what it's all about. But do you think that it actually helps you in these big moments, in front of these big moments on the tennis court?
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, after I lost the first set, you know, I told myself, like, I'll just give it my all. And, you know, if I lose this match, then at least I can say I gave it all out there, and I'll go home and get to see my boyfriend and everything like that. And honestly, I've been telling myself that every day. Obviously, I'd love to be here. I'd love to win. But, you know, sometimes you realize, you know, if you lose, you whatever. Not whatever. I mean, I hate losing. But you know what I mean? It's you go home, you reset. So today, when I was lost that first set, I was just like trying not to put too much pressure on the match. And, yeah, I think it worked. I was able to loosen up after that and play a little bit freer.
Congratulations, Coco. When Arena sat here, she said that she thinks if Iga had won her, she wins the thing today because of how the match turned up. Do you think the way you play today, you beat anyone? It doesn't matter who's on the other side of the net?
She said if Iga won, if I play Iga in the final.
She said that if we go, she didn't mention exactly winning you, but she said if Iga won me, she would won the thing.
I mean, I don't agree with that. I'm here sitting here. And last time I played, no, like to Iga or anything, but I played her and I won in straight sets. So, yeah, I don't think that's a fair thing to say because anything can really happen. And, yeah, honestly, I mean, the way Irina was playing the last few weeks, she was the favorite to win. So I think she was the best person that I could have played in the final, her being #1 in the world. It was the best person to play. So I think I got the hardest matchup just if you go off stats alone. Obviously, Iga being a champion here, it was going to be a tough match either way. But yeah, I think regardless of who I played, I think I had a good shot to win, and I definitely had that belief. And if you ask me, like, honestly speaking to you guys who I wanted to play, it was Iga just because I felt Irina was playing so good, and she was. So, but also Iga is a tough opponent too. So honestly, neither of them would have been a better shot, but you know, it played out how it played out, and yeah, that's why I'm here today.
Yeah, you did well anyway.
Thanks.
I just wanted to ask you about your parents. You went up to see them there, and I know you were talking about going to escape rooms with them and stuff during the tournament, and your mom has been traveling with you a lot, and your dad's around more hidden a lot of times too. Just what has their support meant to you, sort of guiding you through? Because you've been in this, it's hard to remember how young you still are sometimes because you've been on this road a long time, and they've been there by your side the whole way. Yeah,
it's meant a lot to me, and you know, they're definitely someone who listens to my opinion the most. And I think, you know, sometimes we hear crazy stories and tennis parents and all that, and I can say I don't relate to that. I've asked my dad to take a step back, and he did, and ended up being a great thing for both of us. And my mom, I needed her to be on the road more, just to have, especially, well, I have my physio, but you know, being in a team full of men, I was like, I need some estrogen and some female energy here. So I asked my mom to go, and you know, women just notice more things. So yeah, hugging them at the end. My mom was pretty emotional. My dad was just happy. My dad cried at US Open. He didn't cry here. So, but I didn't think they were going to cry. But yeah, honestly, it's just been so great to have them and be able to, for them to experience. They put so much sacrifice into this. So I'm glad that I get to experience with them.
Okay, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.